All right, guys. Team USA Day 1 report. Sitting here with Jacob and Kyle and Logan, and we're going to kind of break down the whole team, actually, Drew and Ott. Break down Day 1 today. We just got the official word that we are in second place overall for the country.
Yep.
Who's leading?
Italy. Italy is leading right now. So obviously a lot of great talent, a lot of different countries, but Italy really showed out today. The goal is to have, basically all your teams inside the top 10. The higher you finish, the better you do every day. And, this is 3 one-day events is the way you have to look at it. It's not a cumulative weight. It is a cumulative point. So those guys are doing a good job, but we put ourselves in a position. We sort of pulled back the reins, if you will, throughout the day and never really had any giant bites. I think throughout the team we never had any of the 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-pound bites that there are in Robbie Dam, but I think overall we were consistent. I think we're the most consistent team, and that's why, second most consistent team at this point. But overall, we have 2 more days left.
Yeah, Logan and I, we started off the day with just fishing some shallow stuff and caught one decent fish, and then we just kind of bounced around a little bit. Our strategy today was to kind of save some stuff that we felt like we could get some decent bites on, but not giant bags or not giant bass off these spots, just 3.5 pounders. And we just kind of thought it might be better for us to try to save those for tomorrow or possibly day 3.
Yeah, we tried not to burn too much stuff. Once we got that big bite this morning that we knew was key, we needed one, hopefully over 5, and we caught one close to 5. So we knew hopefully we'd catch, 10 pounds with our other 4, have around 15 pounds. And we were eventually able to do that without having to fish, some of our offshore stuff that we found in practice that we think we could, hopefully catch some 3+ pounders off of. And not knowing how the competition was going to be, it was interesting to get back to the weigh-in and see that these guys caught them a little bit better than maybe we thought. But, I still feel confident about our decision. Like you said, it's 3 individual tournaments each day. So those fish that we hopefully save that we'll be able to capitalize on over the next 2 days are going to be very valuable.
That's right. We've got Ott Defoe here. Ott, tell us about your day. You and Drew Gill.
Yeah, our day was good. We had a pretty good morning, I would say. Catching fish right away, and caught a limit really quick. But it was just kind of one of those things we steadily build, and really by 10:30, 11 o'clock, we had the bulk of our weight. So it was one of those kind of things where we were solid, and we had avoided disaster, which is really important the way this event's structured. And was able just to really try to go for that big one. Really the rest of the day. So we had a lot of time to do that, but just never generated one of those big bites. Yeah. But ended up with a solid day, all in all.
And again, you saved a lot of some opportunities you saved for tomorrow in the day 3 as
absolutely.
well. Some areas.
Absolutely. I think we've got some gas left in the tank, to be able to carry it through, because it's important to perform every day. Avoiding disaster is really important, and performing every day.
Yeah, that is the unique thing about this event for everybody listening. So typically, most bass tournaments that you're used to watching or participating in, it's cumulative weight over a course of 3 or 4 days, and that's how tournaments are won. But this is a different deal. It's an international event. Number one, it's in kilograms. So when you see the standings and stuff, you say, "I caught 6 kilograms." That's not pounds. 2.2 pounds per kilogram. So we had about almost 16 pounds, 15 and a half, and y'all had close to the same, and Wheeler had close to the same as well. So, but yeah. It's lowest points that are accumulated over the course of 3 days is going to win gold. And so, we just got to try to finish as high as possible.
Yeah, because a perfect day as a team would be 6 points. Right. That'd be a perfect day. That'd be placing 1, 2, 3.
Right.
So that's a perfect day. That's what you're shooting for, and any points above that, kind of goes against you. But
the other neat thing about this format and all the international events that we do, it's truly a team event. So we have obviously 3 teams on Team USA, and we can all communicate, throughout practice. We can also communicate during the tournament inside your team, and that's really neat. It kind of opens up another bit of strategy. So a lot of we're talking throughout the day, kind of getting a feel for who's got what kind of weight. Hypothetically, if one of the teams catch a huge bag tomorrow, 20-something pounds right out of the gate, they may want to call one of our other teams in to kind of jump in on that pattern, and that really helps. So communicating on the water and working as a true team is really what this event's about. And when you look at, you say to yourself, we're not leading, we're in second, and there was a lot of guys that finished higher than us individually. So there's a lot of fish being caught. So I think if these teams can manage their deals the same way, it looks like Team Italy did. When you looked at their weight,
Yeah, they were up there.
it almost seems like they had a couple secret little spots that they kind of kept milking and rotating on. So, but yeah, over the course of the next 2 days, hopefully we'll be able to put together, some more bags. Drew, tell me about your day. I know you fished with Ott, but what's going on?
So me and Otter went out with a game plan of, we had one particular stretch that we located in practice that I caught a 7-pounder off of and had a couple more of those opportunities. And it was really one of those things where even though we're spawn-esque around here, this place, because of the daytime temperatures, because of the pressure, has a very strong morning bite. So we tried to go take advantage of that as much as possible. These fish will get up, they'll float around. Went and caught some jerkbait fish in the morning, and then kind of just tried to trickle out and catch one here or there the rest of the day. It's really important with this much pressure, when those fish have a night to relax, not get beat on, not get fished for, to start on something that you feel has the potential of putting out the highest output, not starting on something that's just okay, but starting the day on something that you think is potentially extremely valuable. So starting on the best stuff is really important in this tournament because you can't carry your weight from the previous day. You got to go for it every single day, which means that, for example, you go out and you win a day, but you finish 30th the next day, which is not last, mediocre. Now you've averaged 15th a day. You've mitigated that leading the day with a mediocre day. And so when you go out and you get quick to the punch, gives you that time to run around and go fish some stuff that you might not plan on fishing later in the tournament to try and supplement your bag, where you don't have to burn things that you feel are high percentage because now you bought yourself all that time. So, it's really about managing your time well, taking advantage of the low-hanging fruit in the mornings, and understanding that whatever you can leave and not have to touch that has fish around, that's the name of the game in this event, especially because of the 3 individual tournaments that occur within the event. Just making sure to get there using as many fish you didn't expect as possible.
That's right. Yeah, like I said, it's a totally different strategy. A lot of fun, and a lot of really good countries fishing this thing. And Wheeler and I have done quite a few of these, and over the years we've gained so much respect for these other countries and the way that they can catch fish. And this particular tournament is a perfect example because we go out there today, and everybody's doing the right things. Most of the boats were fishing the right way in the right areas, and so this is a really even playing field for the most part, other than just maybe some little tricky things that maybe we do with baits or. All right, we're back. Something happened to the thing there, but it's recording again. Welcher, you fished with Wheeler today. Tell me how that was. That had to be a pretty awesome experience.
Yeah, in practice, we had one area where we thought there was still a lot of pre-spawn fish lingering. And that's one thing that nobody's mentioned is September, but over here, it's actually all over their spawn. So we had an area where we thought a lot of pre-spawn fish were kind of lingering around, and we wanted to get off to a good start and then go kind of try to get in front of where those fish are coming to. We got off to kind of a rough start early, and then we kind of looking and trying to get in front of those fish and found a couple for tomorrow. But now that we got all that out of our system, we're going to be a lot more fishing tomorrow. And just try to go find where those fish have moved to, because they definitely left our stuff, but there's still a lot of pre-spawners out there and a lot of spawners pulling up. So we're going to fish for them.
Everybody at home is going, spawners. What
Spawners in September.
We're in the southern hemisphere.
Right.
Yeah, we're in the southern hemisphere. And the other interesting thing is, think about this, cold fronts. In the United States, when a cold front's coming, it's always coming from the north. So after cold weather day, it's a north hard wind. It's the opposite down here. It comes from the south.
I don't think the wind blows here.
Yeah,
Every day is the same day.
I know. Every day's the same day. I'm glad. I kind of like it. I know.
It is nice.
Well, all right. Well, listen, we'll give you guys a live update tomorrow, the best we can. We're also going to try to go live in the mornings and during the weigh-ins. So if anybody's listening to this and want to, kind of tune in on that, we'll have obviously USA Bass Org on Instagram and USA Bass on Facebook. I'll have some stuff going on the Scott Martin Challenge page as well. So, that's it. So, got to get up in the morning and do this thing again.
Excited, man. Let's get it done, guys.
All right, guys. Appreciate all the support back home.